So today we'll be studying about volume integrals. So in vector calculus, this volume integral is very similar to the one which we study for non-vectors, for scalar functions, right? So here this quantity, for that I am defining V as the volume which is bounded by a surface S. So suppose you have some surface like this. So whatever is the volume which is bounded by this particular surface, so this kind. So whatever is this volume, this we are calling this by V, and this surface we are calling by S, right? So this is the surface, and if we denote f of x, y, z to be the function which is a single valued function defined over V. So what we do, we divide this whole of this volume into n parts. So suppose I am taking one small portion of this volume as this one, right? So I am calling this volume as delta Vi, right? So I am dividing the volume V here into n parts. So according to that, this is the volume for one particular portion. For the next portion, what would be this? This would be equal to delta V1, delta V2 up to delta Vn. So these would be the volumes. Therefore, I can say volumes corresponding to portions 1, 2 up to n, they could be delta V1, delta V2 up to delta Vn, right? So this would be our volume. So if I wanted to take the sum of all those portions, so it would be summation I varying from 1 to n, and the value of the function calculated at the point P1, where what is point P1? Suppose this is some point P here, having coordinates x1, xi, yi and zi, right? So this is the point. So we wanted to calculate the volume defined for this particular function. So it would be the sum of the function values calculated at the point Pi into the small volume delta Vi, right? And what is the function's value at the point Pi? The coordinates for the point Pi, they are given to be xi, yi, zi. So we have this particular portion. Now what if I take the limit of this portion whenever n goes to infinity? So the limit of this sum, where I varies from 1 to n, of the quantity f of xi, yi, zi, delta Vi, this become equal to the triple integral defined over the whole volume of the given function f of x, y, z dv. So this is how we define, this is your triple integral, right, of the function f. Moreover, if in terms of vector, if this vector f is some vector point function, in that case our triple integral is defined to be f dot dv, right? So this is our triple integral. And how can we calculate this triple integration? So suppose this vector f is defined by f1, which is a function of x, y, z I cap, plus f2, which is also a function of x, y, z j cap, plus f3, function of x, y, z k cap. So basically I am defining whole of this function as the sum of three components along I cap direction, j cap direction and k cap direction. So along this direction, this is a given vector. So what would be the volume integral for this particular vector? So it could be defined by taking the volume integral of these individual components. So it would be volume integral of the first quantity f1 xyz, which is a function of xyz, and instead of writing dv, now I can write dx, dy, dz, right? So that means I'm expanding this dv in terms of the coordinate, the Cartesian coordinates x, y, z, and into I cap. So this is your first component. For the second component, it would be integration of the function f2 dx, dy, dz into j cap, right? This is also a function of x, y, z. And then you have plus the third component, the integration of f3 dx, dy, dz. And this is defined for the component k cap vector. So this is how you calculate volume integrals. So now to understand this concept clearly, let's have a look at one question. So the statement here, it says that evaluate the integral, volume integral of the function phi, where what is this phi? This phi is defined to be 45 x square y. So this is the scalar point function that is given to us, and we are to calculate its volume integral on the region V, where V is what? It is closed region bounded by the planes So the planes are given to be 4x plus 2y plus z is equal to 8. This is one plane. Another plane is x is equal to 0. Then we have y is equal to 0 and z is equal to 0. So these four planes are given to you. Whatever region is bounded between these four planes, that volume, for that volume we wanted to calculate this triple integral over here. So let's first visualize a region as always. So for the solution, here we are given these three equations. So when you visualize this, so suppose this is your y-axis, this is the z-axis, and this is the x-axis. This point is origin. Now x is equal to 0 means you are talking about the region, this one, YZ plane. So this is your region here, right? So this is x is equal to 0 plane, and the plane, this y is equal to 0, it means when y is 0, you are talking about xz plane, and whenever this is y is equal to 0, and whenever your z is equal to 0, that means you are talking about this xy plane over here, right? So this is the plane. Now the region which is bounded between these three planes, that means we are in the first octant, and moreover for this plane 4x plus 2y plus z is equal to 8. Let's see what could be our point. Here if you put the point x as 0, y as 0, what is the value of z that you obtain? It is 8. So this is the first point which is present on this particular plane. And whenever you put x as 0, z as equal to 0, the value of y, you obtain 2y is equal to 8. So that means you obtain the value of y as equal to 4. So this is another point on this plane. And whenever you put y is equal to 0, z is equal to 0, you obtain 4x is equal to 8. So you obtain the value of x as equal to 2. So let's mark these points onto this figure. So we have 0, 0, 8. X is 0. Y is 0 and z value is 8. So we have a point over here. So this is 0, 0, 8 point, right? And then x is 0, the value of y is 4, so y is somewhere here. So we have this point as 0, 4, 0. And for this point 2, 0, 0. So this point is 2 here. So we have 2, 0, 0. So a plane which passes through these 3 points, so say this and this. So let me shade this plane also. So we have this, right? So this is our area. this is the volume which is marked between these blue, green, red and black planes. So this is the shape of a tetrahedron. So we have a tetrahedron over here. So this is the volume which we are wanted to calculate. So we are to take the limits according to this particular region. Okay, so let's have a look at our limits. So here we wanted to solve this thing. Integration over v of the quantity 45 x square y dv, right? This is what we wanted to solve. So we are to look for the limits here. So 45 x square y as such, the limits are for x, the limits for y and the limits for z. So this is what we are looking for. So here from the given planes and equations we are to calculate our limits. So let's have a look how can we calculate our limits. For the limits we are given the plane 4x plus 2y plus z is equal to 8. Another we are given x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0 and z is equal to 0. So that means from here you can clearly see the lower limits for each of these points that is equal to 0. And for the upper limit, because we are writing down the value of x first, so from here, from this equation, we can calculate what is your x. X is equal to 1 by 4, 8 minus 2y minus z. So this is the upper limit for x. Right? So I can write here the upper limit for x as 1 by 4, 8 minus 2y minus z. Now for y, what I can do, I can write the same equation, but now I want my equation to be independent of x. So I can write this to be 2y plus z is equal to 8. So from here I can obtain the value of y to be equal to, so y here is equal to 1 by 2, 8 minus z. So this is the upper limit for y. I have 1 by 2, 8 minus z. And lastly I want the value of z from this equation. So from this equation I do not want x and do not want y, so I want z is equal to 8. So my upper limit for z is equal to 8. So this is the integral that I wanted to solve now. So let's solve this particular integral. So we wanted to solve this. So let's solve this integral. So we have the value here as equal to, so this thing becomes equal to, first of all we'll solve this integration with respect to x. So you have z is equal to 0 to 8 and then you have y is equal to 0 to 1 by 2, 8 minus z, and then 45 and y, they are constant because we are performing integration with respect to x. So the integration of x square, that would be x cube by 3, and we'll substitute the limits for x varying from 0 to 1 by 4, 8 minus 2y minus z, dy dz. Okay, so let's substitute the limits here. Z varies from 0 to 8, y varies from 0 to 1 by 2, 8 minus z, and then when you substitute limits you have 3 and 45 get cancelled, so you have 15 here, y here, and the value of x is 1 by 4, 8 minus 2y minus z whole cube, dy dz, right? So I can write the constants outside, so it would be 15 by 4 cube. 4 cube is 64, and then I have to perform the integration with respect to y. So when you perform the integration with respect to y, you have these quantities. So now just solve this integration here. For the integration, I can write this to be equal to y varies from 0 to 1 by 2, 8 minus z, and I have y, and here I can write down this 8 minus z in one place and minus 2y in one place, and then I can open up this cube. So it would be equal to, suppose I am writing here, so it would be the cube of first quantity, it would be a minus b whole cube. So it would be a cube minus b cube minus 3ab a minus b, right? So it would be 8 minus z cube, and then we have minus of 2y cube, so that is 8y cube, and then minus of 3a square, that means 8 minus z square into b, that means 2y, right? And we have plus 3ab, b square. So you have this quantity. So I can write this to be this. And so this is we are to perform this integration with respect to y and with respect to z. So it would be 15 upon 64 integration z varying from 0 to 8. And here when you perform this integration, so for the first term it would be y square by 2, 8 minus z cube as such, and then here the integration would be minus 8 as such, y to the power 4, because 1y is here outside. So it would be y to the power 5 by 5, and then we have minus 3, 8 minus z square as such, 2 as such, so we have 6, and z square, so it would be y cube by 3, and then plus 3, 8 minus z and into 4, so we have 12 here, and y square into y, that is y cube. Y cube integration is y to the power 4 by 4. This, and we have dz, and we have the limits for y varying from 0 to the point 1 by 2 8 minus z. So it is 1 by 2 8 minus z. So let's solve this. So it would be 15 upon 64, and then you have integration z varying from 0 to 8, y square. So it would be 8 minus z raised to power 5 by, when you substitute this upper limit here, so it would be 1 by 8, and then minus 8 upon 5, and the value of y would be 1 by 32, 8 minus z to the power 5. And then we have minus 2, 8 minus z raised to power 5 by 2 to the power 3, that is 8. And we have 3, 8 minus z raised to power 5 by 2 to the power 4, that is 16. So this is what we have. So let's simplify this a little more. So this would be equal to 15 upon 64 integration z varying from 0 to 8, and then in every term we have 8 minus z raised to power 5. So let's calculate the coefficients here. So it would be 1 by 20 minus 1 by 4 plus 3 by 16, right? Okay, so the final answer here is 128. You could solve this one. This integration is very simple, right? So in this question we saw how can we calculate the volume for the given vector function, or the in this case it was scalar function, whenever the region V is defined by the given equations, right?